Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. Technically, I've already made the prediction video for Alabama and Georgia, but I'm going to do it as an Auburn fan because Auburn has played both and taken both teams to the limit, even though they were both at Auburn still. It is what it is. Clearly, their toughest game of the year, even though we couldn't beat either one. And I do think Alabama wins this game, and I'll tell you why. Statistically, these guys are evenly matched. I think Georgia's a little bit better in all of them. Run defense, turnovers, as far as turning the ball over, they're actually pretty similar. I think Bama and Georgia both have had 10 or 11 turnovers all year. That's really good. I think Georgia's better on third down offensively, but they're both really good at that. Both are elite programs, the best of the best. And I feel like both teams that are playing their best football right now with the resumes to back it up. Better than anybody else's resume. But I trust Alabama and Nick Saban more than I would Kirby Smart in Georgia right now. Here's some facts for you. Alabama, their home away from home is Atlanta. And as long as Nick Saban's been there, he's only lost one time in Atlanta. One time. It was to Florida in 2008 in the SEC Championship. Two, Nick Saban has been dominant over his assistants. Of course, Kirby's beat him. Sark has beat him. But no assistant has ever beaten him more than once. 3, Alabama is an underdog. Anytime they've been an underdog, they show up to play and they play their best football game. 4, and when they play their best football game, they can beat anybody in the country. Now for Georgia, Carson Beck has played good football, but Jalen Milroe has been evolving, playing better. I agree, there's a lot of luck to that Auburn touchdown, but it takes a special player to be able to score like that to win the game for his team. It does, I will admit that. All right, not to say Carson Beck couldn't do it. Obviously he can. Heck, he's the one that had the touchdown pass to Brock Bowers to seal the game over us. But both players have proven to be able to do it. All right. And again, this is a tough game because they're both evenly matched. If you go to the NCAA website and look up the stats, who leads and whatnot and all the other stuff, they're very identical. But again, Alabama is an underdog. They feel disrespected. And somebody yesterday said that Alabama is going to get boat raced by Georgia. Ain't happening. No. I think Bama's defense forces turnovers. They take advantage of Carson Beck. Carson Beck I've seen him at least in 2 or 3 different games where people are in his face and he throws the ball in the coverage like any quarterback would. But he's been prone to do that. Tennessee's defense has a pretty good pass rush. Not the best, but it's pretty good. He was under a lot of pressure early on in that game. Now, clearly, Georgia had the better athletes, but they're better than Tennessee's athletes. Their athletes are like Alabama's athletes, so that won't happen. Bama's going to get a lot of pressure. I predict Alabama to take care of the football better. I think their defense forces more turnovers. And I believe they win a low-scoring game because, again, Nick Saban had somebody tell him to his face at the national championship game that Georgia's the best program right now. He's petty. And anytime Alabama is disrespected, they play their best, they do their best, and they always win. How can you go against that? And as an Auburn fan, I feel like I have the right to talk about both teams. A lot of praise for both programs. Heck, they're both better than us right now, than Auburn. That's what it is. Now, Georgia should win this game. They're the favorites, but I don't think so. Alabama, 31. Georgia, 21. They turn the ball over too much. Now, this is a case scenario. If they play again, neither team is going to beat each other both times. Alabama catches a big W here.